Welcome back to Tour Truck Tuesday. Subscribe and follow. This video is going to be an absolute banger. It is the close of the 2023 season and look what has returned back to base. Today I'm going to give you a quick tour of how this puppy looks at end of season. Let's see if there's any swag left in these drawers and give you a complete detailed insight as to how it works on here. Welcome inside to the greatest trailer in golf. We have the elevated ceilings. That's right, the whole thing goes up in setup. I am going to show you what is on the top deck, but it gives you natural lighting so that you can work perfectly in this area. This is Mr. Wade Lyle's abode. You can see some evidence of Big Wade is lying around. He's in town. He's got the Diet Coke ready to go, fully ready to fill himself up. That is literally how he would start every single tour event. We are now stood in the players waiting area. There's PlayStation set up here, there's snacks set up here, there is a Wolf coffee machine. You pick up local beans every tour stop you go, you get that thing dialed up exactly how you need it. We have launch monitors, sunscreen, snacks. It's still got the remnants of the tour season in here, albeit looking extremely clean. Pull-out fridges to keep the snacks going. Any tea pegs or golf balls that you might need, you get from this area. TaylorMade tea caddy ready to go. That will sit there. There's my sticks and my full swing launch monitor. Let's walk in and see how this process would work if you were going to be ordering a golf club. We have the rec table initially as you come in with the order sheets ready to go. Woods and irons or putters, whatever the player would need. We'd keep them on that side and then we'd work into here, into the USGA ruler that I've told you about before. It measures everything from the center sole of the golf club exactly to either the grip end or the cut end. It's critical for the builder to build because that's going to give you exact length. Most grips have an 1/8 of an inch cap. Some of them will go a little bit longer. Then you have swing weight machine, 14 inches from the fulcrum. We don't just have one on here, we have one on the building side for the reps and one on Wade Lyle's side on the building side for Wade the tech. All calibrated event to event. We will recheck that. As you move into an area to pick out your components for the build, we keep Team TaylorMade guys grips in here, DJ all the way through to Morikawa with the build makeup of the tape. So 1+1 for Tiger and Rory, 3 right, 2 left for Dustin, if needed, if reminded. Then we have every shaft known to man in these drawers, all set in weight order. The reps from the shaft companies do a fantastic job. Keep those loaded up, depending on what we need, what's gone on in the build that you'll have done out on the range. As we move through to the next station, and I'll take you first out of habit onto the rep side. So you come down here, you pick up the club that you might need. We keep wedges on this side, we keep heads for drivers and fairway woods on the other. Then you're gonna, if you need to grind, which is very rare these days, our grind machine only has a small area, because to be honest with you, most of the boys on the mill grind soles now, they're dialed. But if you do need a little tweak, then that happens in there. You then, as you can see, turn around, you've got another measuring ruler here. You simply hit your electric saw, circular saw, always spin the golf shaft when it comes to that one, then you can do tip grind. It's much like your favorite fast food chain restaurant. You go from there straight into what would be the gluing station. We've got it so spick and span and so clean now. The glue would normally sit here with digital scales sitting here. You can see that my temperature gauges are pumping around the 350 Fahrenheit. Then I've got 2 minutes 45 set on the gauges. Once I've glued up on the gluing station, I would then move into my curing cell. I'd bang my timer on for 2 minutes 45. My club would then come out of there. To my left, I have every weight that I need in order to set that up. So when I've got my balance point, again, here is another swing weight gauge. So when I've got my balance point, I can then let everything dry and simply move to a ferrule belt. Turn that, get your ferrule looking perfect. At this point, you've got your grip in your back pocket. You whip that out. you can simply let your club sit on here, bang it into the gripping station, keep everything square, slide your grip on, throw your trash in there. The same thing works exactly on the other side, but in the middle, to work as a group, we've got a loft and lie gauge. We all decided we preferred analog to the digital. Again, that's calibrated week in, week out. This machine is one of my favorites on here. It is the Dela Cruz. What does that mean, Trotty? It's where you take a wood and you can measure the loft and lie of the wood, even with the twist face. If you guys get in here, look, we can look together. You've got 4 prongs or 2 prongs on here. 4 prongs go against the face, and then if I've got some twist face coming into impact, once I've got it square, I go 2 prongs, and it gives me the loft and lie of the blade. That is crucial because the loft and lie, which you can see is written on these tour parts here when I start, 58.7 to start with a 17.5 loft on an 18-degree Stealth 2. I'll then use that to bend in here my wood blocks, which are usually kept in there. On my 5 wood, that would be, I'd slide that into the wood block, and then I can get bending the loft and lie on the wood, and then move straight into the Dela Cruz if I need to achieve a certain lie angle or a certain loft to hit a certain spin rate and a certain ball flight. Different areas of the United States that we travel to require different peak heights, different descent angles, different launch angles. You can get all that with this block here, that Dela Cruz, this for your irons, or if you want to tweak a swing weight or a golf shaft, that's where the secret sauce happens to give you the perfect golf clubs. And that is why I've had so long doing these tour clubs for players, because that's what's required each stop to each venue. Let's move through into what would be the media area on the road. We've got the golf channel on both sides. Again, it's the chill out area, all of the various internet connections, everything else we need to keep it going here. You can take a little pew here if you need to capture some of the social media stuff that you guys will have seen come out of the Team TaylorMade channels. But if you go this side, and let's take a little look first, you get your new hat. Take a look at yourselves, guys. Let's make sure that Q and yourselves look beautiful. Of course you do. Get your hat dialed there. Job done. I'm actually going to take a brand new one of those. I need it. Somebody put that on Dustin Johnson's tab. And then we go into the lockers that we have here. These are the Team TaylorMade guys. I know you're all looking at the big cat. Let's take a look what he keeps in here. I actually have no clue at the moment. A Trotty Golf logo, of course, and just some extra golf balls that actually aren't his. So he's actually, you can tell it's end of the season. That was a bit of a downplay, not that exciting. Let's have a look what else is in here. Some extra head covers for Fleetwood. He'll have been toying around with the flat cat grips. This looks pretty cool. What's this? I like the Bomber's head cover. I never got one of those. And then look at that, that's nice. 17 degree with the little bomb on there. I do like that. Obviously that must be a head that's kept for Tommy. Super Stroke grips, some Tommy Fleetwood T-pegs, of course with the Everton blue logo on there, and then he uses these blue Iomics. So it's just extra stuff or headwear that these boys would keep. A lot of pegs. Again, Rory McIlroy, Rory on the T-pegs for him. Scheffler, assigned, obviously that's waiting to get signed. Masters flag, that's a bit of a flex from him for sure. Maybe there's some Pix balls. Yeah, here we go into, this is Ricky's area. We've got some of his pegs. Hard to tell at end of the season what these boys are gonna have, but through the season, a lot of different stuff. Then you hit the sliding door. Looks much like your favorite sushi restaurant as you move into the back area, and let's go upstairs. So this is where a lot of the deals will take place. If you're exhausted, some of the boys have had a heavy night out, not saying that's ever happened. They might have a little kip and a lie down here. You can play PlayStation on the large screens behind. I know some of the athletes did that when they got the kids in town. It's a good area. Here is the perfect view, but before I show you that, be sure to hit subscribe. Hit that bell notification. Usually bang out one video once every Tour Truck Tuesday, but I need you guys in here to support them so I can keep bringing them. So be sure to hit that subscribe button. All I'm going to leave you with, imagine you're doing the deal up here for Mr. Woods or whomever it is, and then take a look at that and hear the saws going. That is the sound of a beautiful tour truck.